It's the grandson of right thought. Paul says that when we were children, we were in bondage to the elements of the world. What does that mean? We were in bondage to the elements of the world when we were children. It means that our thoughts, our ideals, when we were immature in our faith, our thoughts and feelings were governed by what we could see, smell, taste, touch, the elements of the world, the physical, the flesh. That is what governed what we thought was possible, in other words. So we had bills to pay, and we went to work, and we thought, well, I go to this job so that I can get money so that I can pay my bills and my rent so I'll have somewhere to live. That's being governed by the elements of the world. You see? You need a new car, but you don't have the money. So you feel like, well, damn, I'll never get the new car because I don't have the money. That's being in bondage to the elements of the world. You go to the hospital, the doctor says you only got 6 months to live because you have this disease, so you're going to die in 6 months. You might as well get your affairs in order. So you believe that, and you go home feeling sorrowful. That's being in bondage to the elements of the world. You see? And when we're young in our faith, that's the way that it is. We think that this thing out here is governing what's possible for us. Well, I can't travel there because I don't have a passport. I can't do this because I don't have that. I can't. It's always because this. It's because this, because this. If you're one of those because this type people, it's because your faith has not grown and matured in the faith. It hasn't matured. You're governed by the elements of the world, just like Paul said when you're a child. He says, but when you grow and you become an adult, you see, then you rise in your faith. And you're no longer under those tutors and those governors. You see? They were tutors and governors to teach you, to instruct you, to guide you. It says that he also says that a son, when he's born, even though he's Lord of all, he's no different than a servant when he's a boy. His parents tell him to go grab that for me, go do this, go do this. His teachers tell him where to go and what to do. His instructors tell him what to do, when he's going to do this, when he's going to do that. He's no different than a servant. He's told what to do. He's governed by someone else. But when he becomes an adult, then he's no longer governed by the tutors anymore, the governors, or the elements of the world that trained him. You see? And because he's Lord of all. That's what Paul said. That's the same thing I've been telling you guys. You will become one with the Father. That's the Lord of all. When you come here and you're born into this place, I told you it's death. It's a training ground. It's a refiner's furnace. The furnace of affliction. To try you, it's written. To increase your faith. To increase the fruits of the Spirit. See, a seed can't grow into anything lest it die first. When you plant a seed in the ground, it has to die or germinate, as we say. Then it sprouts into a plant. But the seed has to die first. It has to be buried and die. Well, the same thing happens with you. When he put you into the earth, he buried you. That's what happens. You died. That's why it says you must be born again in order to enter the kingdom. Correct? You have to be born again, born of the Spirit. A new creation. Adopted, Paul goes on to say. Sons. He sends forth his Spirit into the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. See? Christ in us, crying out to his Father, Abba. See? Now, this all goes back to the lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Abel, who I've always been telling you guys about. Abel, when he was killed, Spirit cried out to his Father, where is my Father? Your protector, see? To protect you. Abba asked Cain, where is your brother? What did Cain say? Am I my brother's protector? See, keeper means protector. Am I my brother's protector? Adam is his protector. It's really what he's saying. Why are you blaming me for what happened to him? You need to talk to his daddy. You see? The wickedness of Cain, the hater, kills Abel in spite of his father. See, because that's not his father. That's not from where he came. He's a hater, come from a different source. You see, the adversary, the enemy. You see, our mortal enemy here. Now watch, if it's not Cain's descendants, what are they called? The land that the Israelites are to inherit, us, the elect children. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. We're going to inherit it. See, we're going to take it by force. From who? The Canaanites. You see, the Canaanites who have that same spirit in them. You see, they're wicked. The Most High told the Israelites never to marry a Canaanite. Do not blend with them especially. They are a wicked race, he calls them. They are a wicked race of people. That's what he said, his words. Don't marry them, don't connect to them. And then he says, you're going to go in there and take their land. Now, when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, what land did they take? Was it Canaan's land? You see the foreshadowing of what's to come for you? They were ruling this place. Now, what happens when you take your identity in I am back? You can decide what you feel and think about this place. Uh-oh. That's called rulership has been given over. You see? You have inherited something when you can I am. You are no longer governed. Watch how this is all going to connect. You are no longer governed by the elements of this world, because that's all the Canaanites have against you is the elements of the world. That's what they use. The threat of death. You can't tell the truth because they'll kill ya. You can't do this because they'll blackmail ya. You can't do this because that's all elements of the world. That's all lies. I am. See? That's your inheritance. That's your birthright. The people that are called after my name. What is Abba Yah's name? I am. So the people that call themselves after his name. Do you call yourself after his name? I'm sure you do. When you go to a job interview, you do. When you go to school, you do. You see how they be trying to distract? But when you go to school, you do. You ain't gonna let it distract nothing. When you went to anywhere you went, they was like, who are you? You were like, I am. I am. So then that's Abba Yah's name. So then you're calling yourself after his name when you say that. And you're saying you exist. His name means he who exists. So you're saying you exist when you say I am. Now, what do you say exists after I am? Because he is that he is. So when you say I am, then you say something. Now, what do you say? Is it true or is it lies? That's the question. Is what you're saying true or is it lies? That's it. That's all it is. And while you were governed by the elements of the world, you were telling lies of I am. See? Now think about it. Most High says you have to become a child again. So you have to be born again and become a new child. See? Now when you were a kid, you used to sit on your porch, the cars would drive by, and well, we used to do this. We used to say, that's my car. If we saw a car that looked sweet, we was like, that's my car right there. We didn't say, I'm going to get me a car like that. We said, that's my car. And we would even argue about it. Other nigga was like, no, nigga, I saw that car first. That's mine. We was like, nigga, that's my car, man. That shit mine. I was the one saw it first. I claimed it first. Some other nigga driving it. Y'all mad about whose it belongs to. You see? Y'all are upset about that. As if it belongs to you. Well, that's how you're supposed to think and feel about things. You see? Calling things that, what does he say? That are not as though they were. That's what Abba Yah says he does. He claims things from the end. What does he say? He claims the ending from the beginning. So he tells you what's going to be before it comes. And that's what you're doing, whether you know you're doing it or not. So when you fall into poverty, you were thinking those thoughts. When you fall into wealth, you were thinking those thoughts and feeling those thoughts of I am. Whatever state you're in, you were thinking and feeling those thoughts of that I amness that you are. But it was governed by the elements of the world. So you were in bondage. Now you take a slave and you put chains on him and you put him on a plantation. Now, y'all all know that the Negroes were slaves right here in America. The Negroes are physically the strongest people on the earth. Now, how the hell do you take a whole bunch of them, put them in a field, make them pick cotton, and you got one nigga on a horse up there with one Edomite with a rifle in his hand, and another one with a whip standing over there, and they got all of these Negroes doing everything that they tell them to do? How is that? It's because the Negro in his mind is saying, I am this. I can't do that because this. If I try to run, that man may shoot me and kill me. If I try to do it, he may beat me like he did that other guy. He may tar and feather me like he did him. He may sodomize me like he did that guy. He may rape my family and take my woman and take my children away and sell them off like he did to that guy. So I'm just going to do everything that he says. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. So when you decide, wait, I am free. That nigga get to cracking that whip, I'm free. What the hell? Get to lynching you on a rope, I'm free. I was born free and I shall die free. You can't, what Yahushua say? You have no power over me other than what is given by the Father. And I do what the Father says, so I am willing to submit to his will so that all things may be fulfilled. You have no power over me. You can't take my soul from me. What you think, because you can destroy this body that makes you powerful? Esau? Canaan? Any other killing, deadly, murderous nigga that thinks he's a killer on the earth? You think because you can destroy the body, you have stopped something? You can't destroy the soul. Don't you know that? Only I am can do that. So in other words, I have to destroy myself. You see that? Now, when you research about the ancient Israelites, they were at war with another nation. And a man of Ammon, who was one of the enemies of Israel, a nation that is the enemy of Israel, Ammon, he came and he said, they were about to attack Israel. And he said, wait, don't attack them. Send a spy to see if they be sinning. Because if they don't be sinning, you can't do anything against them. But if they be in sin, then you can destroy them. There's nothing that they can do to stop you. So they sent a spy in there, and sure enough, the Israelites were sinning. So they came to attack. And Abba delivered them through a woman named Judith. If y'all know the story, you know it. If you don't, you don't. But the point is, he said, if they're not sinning, you can't do anything against them. Now, what is sin? Sin is lies or vanity of I am. Now, how can another nation tell if Israel is making vanity of I am? They have outward things that they are worshiping. It doesn't matter what it is. Listen carefully. It is an idol if you think it can cause something to happen in your life other than I am. I am is the cause of everything. Everything is I am. That is the cause of it. It is the source of everything. I am is. You see that? Not any outward thing. If you think something outside of you is giving you circumstances that are happening, then you are in idol worship. And that is all someone else knows that of another nation has to see you do to know that you're in sin, and then they can attack you and destroy your ass. You see? But when they see you are not worshiping anything outside of I am, they know, whoa, shit. You can't attack this person because they are I am. How can you make somebody in bondage that says I am free and believes it? You can't change this person. You can't do anything. You can't kill a person who says I am alive. I am life. How can you kill life? Now, is I am life? You see how that works? That is the true Israel. They worship I am. That is their God, because that is what Abiyah's word says, and they don't deviate from his word. And his word put a stamp on it. It said, this is my name forever. So if y'all think right now it's not I am, it's something else, then you are in error. Simple as that. All of you are in error if you're serving some other God outside of I am. Then you are in error. You are in idolatry. You are committing adultery. And the Most High says, I do not know you. You have to be in I am in order for him to know you. You have to be an image of himself. Because what did he say in the beginning? The end is the beginning, is it not? Did he not say that? So what was it? I created man in my own image. Male and female created he them, and called their name Adam. That's the end then, because that was the beginning. So male and female, all of them were. It don't matter if you look like a male or a female in a vessel. You are male and female. You are thought and feeling. That's the way he created you in the beginning. We got separated from each other inside of ourselves, which was our own I amness. So then we didn't have thought and feeling. We looked outside of ourselves. We let somebody tell us what it was that created our thought, and then we had feelings associated with that thought. Simple as that. Now we removed it because we found the pearl of great price. And when a man finds the pearl of great price, what does he do? He sells everything else that he owns for it to obtain it. And what is the pearl of great price? I am, nigga. I am the pearl of great price. Say it. Don't look at me and get mad at me for saying I am. You say it today. Stop being a fool. Stop denying the power thereof. Stop hindering the spirit from moving in your life. How can the spirit move in your life if you're not claiming I am? But it is, and that is, and that is. What you're saying is that is God, because it's changing my circumstance, not Abaya. See? I can't have that because I don't have the money. Well, the money is your God then in that moment. Not Abaya, not I am. I am in that new car. I am in my new car. I am experiencing the feelings of my new car. That's worshiping God and serving God, because God can do anything. Is anything impossible for him? So then what are you saying? That money stopped God from giving you the new car. That's what you're saying. That money stopped God from giving you the new house. That's what you're saying. My sister worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. I used to watch her work 3 or 4 jobs and have a business, own 2 or 3 stores, worked a job as well, got a divorce, ended up divorced, being a single mother, taking her kids to school, doing all this. I used to be in her car with her. She driving, she's falling asleep. She's so exhausted. She's on the freeway, falling asleep. I call my sister and I'm like, hey, shit, wake your ass up. Let me drive. Shit, let me drive. She like, no, I got it. That was her thing back then. I got it. I can do it. I'm not, nothing wrong. I used to be talking to her like, what's wrong? What is going on with you? You're exhausted. You're not taking care of yourself. You're just ripping and running. You never seem to be able to sit down. What's up? I'm good. I'm straight. Hey, oh shit, swerving and shit. Man, hell with this shit. Get out the seat. You side seat driver. You trying to hit the brakes from your side and shit. Damn, I wish I had a steering wheel. Wake your ass up. Shit. But it was years of that. And then one day, stroke. She had 2 strokes. Breast cancer. Twice. Has a pacemaker. Had ulcers. Lost the ability to walk, speak. That all happened. Remember, I told you, dozing off, not getting any rest. Believing that I have to work in the 3D to get the dreams that I want. Now today, she's had to learn how to speak again, had to learn how to walk again, and she had to learn how to do all that again because she went through all of that upheaval in her health. Well, the house she was working for so bad that she owns, she was working so hard for. She lives in that house now. She doesn't work any jobs. Doesn't have any businesses anymore because of the health thing that she went through. Her home is paid for now. She does what she wants to do. She travels where she wants to go. She doesn't have a job. Her bills are paid for. Everything's up to date. She's not lacking anything. She has extra money in the bank. She has freedom to go and do what she wants. She cooks all day. She loves cooking and sewing. So she sews all day and cooks and makes herself clothes and dresses and cooks all kinds of extravagant meals. She just got a degree from, I can't think of the culinary institute, some fancy culinary institute. She just got a degree to do that because she loves cooking. So she's just free to do what she wants to do in her house, and bills and everything's taken care of. This is the same woman that was working her fingers to the bone, not taking care of herself.